In the 16th century, the world was changing fast. Throughout the century, every day came with a new discovery of a far off land with unworldly inhabitants. We had gone from a relatively isolated species to a people crashing upon one another in amazing and horrific ways. We began grappling at our place in this new world and the shape that that world would take. During the Age of Discovery, the people, not just of Europe but around the globe, were attempting to understand and redefine who they are and what this world is, and began to recreate it in their own image. Art became a tool to express that image and the world the Europeans were creating. And from the Europeans' perspective, they were the center of the world, conquering the seas and nations in every cardinal direction. Smack in the center of this struggle to recreate the world was the port and trading powerhouse of Antwerp, one of the largest cities in Europe and the center for the entire international economy. Antwerp was a market fair of all Europe and even the whole world. It was the sugar capital of the world and traded every possible commodity and merchandise, including pepper, cinnamon, dyes, and silver. All goods passed through in Antwerp, with hundreds of ships passing through, laden with cargo every day. Wholesalers, merchants, bankers, and artists crowded the streets and the quay. This was a hub of education, science, and technology. Around 1529, amid this booming city, was a boy around 10 or 12 named Abraham Ortelius, who finds tragedy when his father, an educated antique dealer who spoke both Greek and Latin, died. His uncle, Jacobus van Merton, who financed and helped print the Coverdale Bible during the Protestant Reformation, took him in. With no father, Ortelius was withdrawn from his formal education and he started an apprenticeship in a print shop. Antwerp was the center of printing, and with all ships coming from all corners of the world, a core part of that printing business was maps. The new information was coming in every day from captain's logs, astronomical readings, and depth data. These notated charts were collected, analyzed, and compared with one another, bringing the coastlines and the waterways into greater focus. Antwerp became a map-making hub, and Ortelius was right in the center. His talents soon found him as a colorist, taking black and white prints and coloring in all the maps to show lands, waterways, mountains, vegetation, animals, and people. Sailors needed to know not only the geography, but what they may expect when they got to their destination. Year after year, he surveyed map after map by coloring in every place known on the globe, all while his skills in cartography, printing, and art grew. Because he saw so many maps, he was able to compare maps with one another, and his real genius was in comparing and assessing which map was accurate and which was less so. He became a master at his craft, and soon his reputation as a master map maker was entrenched, even having some fame at becoming a sought-after colorist. Abraham Ortelius is probably the best known and most frequently collected of all 16th century mapmakers. In the early 1550s, he and his sister were running a business selling books, maps, and antiques when he traveled to the Frankfurt Book Fair a couple of times a year and begins networking with mapmakers across Europe. In 1554, he meets Giardis Mercator, a noted cartographer who became a lifelong mentor and friend. Mercator inspires Ortelius to begin to make his own maps, and he begins to create beautiful, detailed maps hung on walls. At some point, his work began to conceive of mapping the world through a series of detailed maps. This gives rise to his magnum opus, Theatrum Orbis Terrarum, or Theater of the World. Contrary to common belief, the Theatrum is not just simply a collage of random maps combined into a book, but is a painstaking endeavor to curate the right maps and recreate them with the precise artistic touch. Ortelius created an atlas with maps of uniform size, arranged them by continents and regions, and descriptions on the reverse of every map. The result is one of the most beautiful, inspiring publications that have ever been created. Every detail to the map, subject, graphics, text, and color are all executed with the eye and care of a master craftsman, artist, and publisher. This atlas invites the dreamer of the 16th century to take voyages and embark upon new lands. It works to destroy the insular world of the isolated countries and build a new one in imagining the possibilities of its European inhabitants. The frontispiece of Theatrum, Ortelius exposes his worldview unfolding before him. The imagery of the nations of the world, with Europe firmly at the top, Asia, Africa, and America are far subordinate. The title page reflects an imperial Europa commanding an ordered world which Christians rule supreme. In the 16th century, world building was a hard fought reality. Through ambition, toil, power, and blood, the secrets hidden in the granite world were sculpted away and new forms began to emerge. The primary tool of these sculptures were the ships which carried men and cargo, creating and destroying fortunes. Charts and maps were so in demand in Ortelius' time, they did not only show the world, but they were also the tools that built it. The hierarchy displayed on the title page of Theatrum Orbis Terrarum reflects the power Europe exacted over this new creation. Theatrum is not just a beautiful book of maps, but it is a symbol of the time and place when Antwerp was at the center of the world.